5 phrases not to use in a college essay. In this essay, no matter how you finish that phrase, you've probably created a formal announcement. As suggested by the name, formal announcements announce what an essay is about or is about to do. Although functional, the basic nature of the announcement is considered stylistically weak, a hallmark of simplicity that fails to appeal to the audience or consider the purpose of the writing. Formal announcements also tend to call attention to the essay, sometimes as an assignment, instead of the topic. Good writing presents the topic and information about the topic without drawing attention to itself. Good writing, even as it evokes images or engages thought, is invisible. And we certainly don't want to call our readers' attention to the idea that what they're reading has been produced for an assignment. Our readers should never feel secondary to an assignment, or maybe worse, to a grade. Formal announcements often substitute for a meaningful statement about the topic. They often only name the topic or present a general preview of the support without stating an audience-engaging opinion that might suggest the purpose of the essay. Inexperienced writers are often fooled into thinking they've said something complex when all they've done is list a few attributes of the topic. Formal announcements, however, can always be reworded for better effect. For our first example, probably the first sentence of an essay, we might reword the simple announcement of topic for improved audience engagement and interest. The second example, a preview of support, could be reconstructed to reveal the essay's purpose. In the case of this rewording, to instruct the reader in a directional process. Formal announcements are like a flat crust cheese pizza. Boring. A good rewording, one that layers on onions, tomatoes, and spicy sausage and pepperoni, can make your audience's mouth water. Since the beginning of time. Once again, there's not much you can say after that to redeem yourself. With virtually no exceptions, you have created an overgeneralization, one that is almost certainly false, and creating a falsehood can have a negative effect on reader confidence. The basic problem with this particular overgeneralization is that it ignores reality. Current scientific evidence suggests that time as we know it began with the Big Bang, with the creation of the known universe, approximately 14 billion years ago. In such a context, the only correct usage of the phrase would probably be in an essay related to astrophysics. Religious philosophical theory states that God is infinite and therefore timeless, so there is no correct usage in that context. Avoiding overgeneralizations and the falsehoods they may create is achieved through the use of specific, accurate detail, often achieved through researching facts. In our first example, we might wish to note both the earliest known graphic representations of human life and the earliest known writing systems. In the second example, we would want to present an accurate age for the moon. Supplying accurate information goes a long way to building reader confidence, and accurate documentation, MLA-style documentation in the case of this class, supplements the information and further establishes our credibility as responsible writers. The easyWriter is our primary resource for information regarding MLA-style documentation. I think, I believe, and in my opinion, can create a writing problem commonly called a shilly-shally. Shilly-shallies weaken statements, and sometimes they suggest the writer has little knowledge of a topic beyond their own experience. Our easyWriter identifies the problem as one of overqualifying a statement, affecting its directness. A shilly-shally can occur anywhere in a sentence, and placement can downplay or amplify the phrase's effect. Consider the following statements. I think you should quit smoking. You should, I believe, quit smoking. You should quit smoking, in my opinion. Though the shilly-shally doesn't have the effect in the first position that it does in the middle or at the end of the sentence, it still detracts from the idea of the direct statement, "You should quit smoking," by putting part of the emphasis on the writer instead of the topic. Just dropping the shilly-shally phrase is the most direct way to eliminate the problem. Depending on your purpose and how much evidence you think it will take to persuade your audience, you might also extend the independent clause. You should quit smoking because it is a major factor contributing to heart disease and lung cancer. I think and its kin, however, do not always create a shilly-shally. Such phrases are useful and appropriate when they distinguish between the ideas of a source and the ideas of the writer. That being said, is never necessary. It is an example of wordiness, of language that adds nothing to the meaning of a sentence. After all, the reader has just read the words to which the phrase refers. The phrase is often used by inexperienced writers as a transition, but it is a weak one. A good transition establishes a relationship between ideas, building paragraph cohesion as you lead your reader from one idea to the next. For instance, furthermore suggests an extension of the previously stated idea, while, however, suggests a contrast. Our easyWriter does not provide a list of transitional words or phrases, but it's easy to find one online, such as the one found at Purdue University's online writing lab. In conclusion, and other simple transitional words and phrases that indicate the closing section of an essay are unnecessary in a short paper, where the conclusion is typically only 1 or 2 paragraphs in length. Often in such essays, the conclusion is adequately marked by a significant white space at the end of the page, a much stronger visual cue than the simple word or phrase, so the transition is extraneous, wordy. The specific phrase, in conclusion, like a formal announcement, is a very basic device and considered stylistically weak. Usually, the phrase can just be omitted. Other markers in a short essay, such as a restatement of the essay's main idea and the broadening of the paragraph's subject matter to make a last appeal to the reader, are more effective indicators of concluding statements. Our easyWriter suggests a number of ways that a conclusion might work to appeal to the reader. Okay, maybe aliens didn't invent pudding, but you should avoid using the 5 phrases. Whether wrong or merely stylistically weak, it is time to leave those phrases behind you and seek stronger, more accurate language in your college writing.
When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and open up the doors. Won't you please?